I think they should be not just heard, but really considered.
Right now on Up with KREM, a plan to add new boat slips sparking concerns for North Idaho, while people in Post Falls say they hope the proposal doesn't become a reality.
Mild set weather pattern for the inland Northwest means the chances for a white Christmas are unfortunately looking dim this year.
And North Idaho College making changes to save money. This morning, which extracurricular will see all of its programs cut?
Up with KREM begins now.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Brandon T. Jones, and we also want to welcome you in if you're streaming us on KREM 2+. It is Friday, so that's something to celebrate already. We got meteorologist Thomas Patrick standing over in the Weather Center, another reason to celebrate. And Thomas, it's been a busy week in terms of all the changing weather, and today it looks like we may have a little bit of fog to start the morning.
Yeah, it shouldn't be as severe as the snow or the rain or the wind that we had on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, respectively, but there will be a few isolated spots of low visibility. So if you are just about to hit the roads, do make sure that your low beams are on, as we are still about an hour and a half away to sunrise. Even in Coeur d'Alene, looks like the cloud cover is just starting to intersect some of the tops of the buildings there. But our temperatures are still on either side of the freezing mark. It's 33 in Spokane, but that's at the airport. Looks like it's 30 on the north side of town, as well as 30 in Spokane Valley, all the way down to 29 in Coeur d'Alene. So if we get any freezing fog conditions, just be a little bit cautious on some of those bridges and overpasses, which could be a bit frosty for this morning.
Alrighty, Thomas, well, we'll check back in with you here in just a few moments. This is a live look at what I thought was going to be traffic, but it does look like the fog is blocking that up pretty decent at this particular time this morning. This is Maple and Boone, so just remember, oh, there's some headlights right there. So just remember to take your time, you know, drive safe as you head out there for your Friday morning, and let's all go ahead and kick things off for a great weekend ahead. Here on Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Well, new this morning, on top of eliminating the men's and women's golf teams, North Idaho College will cut the budgets of all remaining sports programs. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press found out this is an effort to reduce athletic spending by about $1.8 million over the next 2 years. Yesterday, NIC President Nick Swain said they tried to figure out how to lower the athletics budget without cutting programs, but it proved impossible. Happening today, a Colville man will face a Stevens County judge on charges stemming from a decades-old double murder. After going cold for many years, the case resurfaced thanks to new DNA evidence. 73-year-old Charles Lloyd Tatum was arrested for the murders of 29-year-old Marlene Emerson and her daughter, 12-year-old Cassie Emerson. In 1997, it's alleged that he killed Marlene Emerson at home and then set the house on fire. Her daughter's body was found a month later in a wooded area. The case went unsolved for the next 27 years. And according to prosecuting attorneys, the arrest was made after DNA testing was completed by investigators this summer. Tatum is expected to make his first court appearance this morning. Well, people in North Idaho are pushing back on a proposed expansion along the Spokane River in Post Falls. This morning, KREM 2's Connor McAvoy explains who's raising the red flags.
I'm here at Marina 33, where a developer plans on adding more than 100 new boat slips. Post Fall residents were able to voice their concerns about river traffic and the potential impacts to wildlife.
People have valid concerns, and I think they should be not just heard, but really considered.
Diana Sullivan lives in Riverside Harbor in Post Falls near Marina 33.
It's a community of homes that all have access to a private beach down there.
She says she enjoys where she lives, but sometimes speedboats can cause issues.
The water comes up and we're all, you know, being tossed this way and that way, which is okay because, you know, we know that goes with living down there.
But what goes on down there may grow. 414 PF Hospitality LLC is submitting an application to the Idaho Department of Lands to grow the size of the marina. It would include adding 100 private areas for boats to dock, as well as relocating both the existing ship store and sheriff boat garage.
When asking for these things, what is it that we have to show? There's a burden of proof, and there is a standard by which that burden is met.
Scott Hislop is on the general counsel for Stancraft Companies and is applying for the expansion. He presented his application to residents living near the marina at a public hearing. Hislop says they filled out all the required permits and went through the needed regulations to make the proposal become a reality.
I just thought this is probably a done deal because they have met all the requirements of the Idaho laws.
Sullivan says she's not excited about the project if IDL approves it.
I just don't see how this can be a healthy thing for the river because it's just not wide enough and it's just not long enough.
Even though the applicants done their legwork.
We all appreciate capitalism, but sometimes other things need to be considered.
Anyone with questions or concerns about the project can reach out to IDL. They have until December 27th to do so. In Post Falls, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
New in the last 12 hours, Spokane Valley City Council voted unanimously to censure council member Al Merkel. This comes after an independent investigation found Merkel violated the city's social media policy. And according to the report, Merkel used a personal Nextdoor account for city business. The reports also found Merkel violated the Public Record Act by changing declarations regarding his search for public records. Along with censuring Merkel, City Council also voted to remove him from the Opioid Abatement Committee for the Spokane Regional Health District. Merkel released a statement shortly after saying, in part, this council majority once again demonstrates its obsession with distracting from real issues by directing its focus at me. But I will not let this pass without addressing the real failures of this administration. For that full statement and report, just head on over to our website at krem.com. To bring you more to every story, we looked into what censorship means. For context, censure is the deep disapproval of a member's actions, statements, or a combination of both. It is important to note that this does not meet the threshold for expulsion. Merkel will be allowed to conduct business as usual as a Spokane Valley City Council member. This morning to an update on a case we first reported to you back in 2022. An 80-year-old Washington woman has pleaded guilty for selling truckloads of rotten grape juice contaminated with animal remains. These new photos show the barrels the juice were stored in. Prosecutors say 80-year-old Mary Ann Bleichner and her now closed company sold the contaminated products between 2012 and 2019. They say she also knowingly put the public in danger. The juice was served to millions of children across the country who received free and reduced school lunches. In 2022, KREM asked the U.S. Attorney for Eastern Washington, Vanessa Waldrop, why it was important to go after this case.
We do that to make sure that the food we're eating is safe and that the children that are getting free and reduced cost lunches are having access to that healthy, nutritious, safe foods.
Bleichner pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors and agreed to pay a criminal forfeiture amount of more than $700,000 in fines. She won't spend any time in jail. This morning, the Spokane Valley Fire Department is reminding you that Christmas tree fires cause $12 million in property damage annually. While it is sped up, what you're looking at right now took place over the course of 2 minutes. The department is showing how quickly Christmas trees can burn. Remember to give your tree plenty of water and keep it away from any possible fire hazards. Homeowners should also keep their trees at least 3 feet away from any heating sources. With 3 days left in the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign, Spokane is still short of its goal. Yesterday, Salvation Army revealed that they are still $80,000 short of their goal in the Lilac City. These funds help to provide gifts, food, and shelter to vulnerable families at Christmas and beyond. If you can't go in person, you can donate online right now at that link right at the bottom of your screen.
At 6:09, feels decently cold from our outdoor weather center right now. Certainly can see my breath as I'm talking to you right now, standing here. And as we look at our satellite radar combination, radar doesn't have anything to see at the moment. It's all in the satellite, and you can actually see more cloud cover starting to drift in. Will we get some more rain later on today? The answer is kind of a maybe on that, but it's a small chance for rain heading into the evening hours. Otherwise, I think it's just going to end up mostly cloudy today. Temperature is not bad, though. Remember, it is December, so our average high should be around 35 degrees for this time of year, so we're almost 10 degrees above that for now. And these mild-esque temperatures do hold true all the way through Christmas Day. So we'll look ahead at that Christmas forecast specifically coming up.
Accessorize that ugly Christmas sweater with, a seatbelt.
Alrighty, still ahead, a mission to keep the roads safe during the holidays. In the next 5 minutes, a look at WashDoc's clever tactics. But first, it is 6:10. That means it's time for your wake-up call. And did you know today is National Go Caroling Day? So we want to know what your favorite Christmas song is. You've all already sent in plenty of messages. We're going to keep reading them off. We've got some Beach Boys action going on. Someone says one of their favorite songs is Blue Christmas, but exclusively from a movie. And of course, me and Thomas may have to start singing here for you. Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. That's a must listen to. I'm loving it. Please keep on reaching out, sending in your favorite jams, and it's going to be stuck in my head all day. So eventually I'll start belting out a tune or two for you. But text us at the number 509-448-2000. Say good morning and let us know what your favorite Christmas song is. But first, here's a live look outside as we take you back to Coeur d'Alene. Beautiful Coeur d'Alene. All those Christmas decorations are up. We say good morning to you, Inland Northwest. Happy Friday. Let us know where you're watching from. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for more Up with KREM. We'll be right back.